Hello, hello, and welcome to another very special Let's Play by yours truly, Michael here, coming at you with, as you can tell, another gaming Let's Play for you. Today we're taking a look at something, again, very, very special to me that I only brought up to you a little bit during the latter half of CIS 1A. And that, of course, being the next project to be worked on by our good friends at Mercury Steam Entertainment, Metroid Dread. This one is an interesting one. Again, as you can see, I have the icon popped up on the screen. So, I close Uno in the background there. Anyway, so Metroid Dread is very, very special because if you remember back in CIS 1A, I told you that Metroid Dread is a game that was quite mysterious in the gaming community. Up until, of course, the big gaming event that always gets people excited, mostly gamers, E3. Now, you might be wondering, what the heck is E3? E3 essentially is like a huge event, right, for gaming companies to go and showcase their new stuff during the second quarter of the year, right? Because E3 is around summertime is when they start doing it, usually around like mid to like the middle of June, middle-ish of June, they start putting that up. You start seeing ads everywhere for like E3 2021 or E3 to 2024 or something, and it's a big thing when E3 happens because all the big companies are there: PlayStation, Xbox, and most importantly, Nintendo. They are almost always there, and they bring out the big guns when it comes to E3. And last year, they did not disappoint. As during the latter half of one of their Nintendo Directs, which if you don't know what a Nintendo Direct is, it's essentially a video. It's not really an advertisement as much as it is a sort of, how do I really describe this? It's kind of like it's a presentation, right? Where the Nintendo representatives, right, come up and they talk about games, right, coming in the second quarter of the year, or at a certain point of the year, right? Because they usually have one early on into the year, and then usually around mid June, right? Usually around E3 time, they'll have a big giant direct presentation talking about what's coming up in the second quarter. Lots of trailers, lots of extra goodies, and all that good stuff. And when they're there at E3, they have a huge setup there. They have all the different Switches out, or whatever console generation Nintendo's in. They'll have those out so you can play games there, right? Kind of play little demonstrations. They have big, giant, like they have these big, like, panels and stuff, and it's really awesome. But of course, E3 2021, obviously due to a certain virus going around, we couldn't exactly have a proper big direct, right, slash big E3 panel for Nintendo, so they had to opt out for a direct, and they did not disappoint us, as towards the latter half of that direct, they revealed Metroid Dread, which knocked everybody dead. Not only that, but Nintendo became the top trending gaming company, let alone the top panel from E3 last year, just with this game alone. And here is why. Because Metroid Dread is a game that has been hinted at since, oh god, I want to say about 2000, the early 2000s. I want to say like 2002, 2003. They were talking about this game. Even earlier, maybe not earlier than that, but still, like around the time of the Nintendo DS, they were talking about this, and you kept seeing it everywhere, like Metroid Dread coming TBA, or Metroid Dread something something, right? And for a long time, I thought it was a hoax because you would see these because I would see these blog posts, right, talking about it, and then we'd never see it. And then when, of course, these big, quote unquote Nintendo insiders try to get some information from from Nintendo, more specifically, of course, the owner of the Nintendo Metroid brand, right, Yoshio Sakamoto, he of course wouldn't say anything because why would he say anything? I mean, duh, of course they're not going to tell us, but then all out of nowhere, this game just got revealed, and that was a big thing because everybody thought this game was canceled, but then it existed. Because Metroid Dread was initially pitched as a new 2D Metroid game for the Nintendo DS. Obviously, that didn't happen due to technical limitations. Because Yoshio Sakamoto, obviously, as I said, the developer, right, and the owner of the Metroid brand, he wanted to fully envision what Metroid 5 would look like, right? And he waited and waited, kept us waiting, and then with the Switch system, he finally found the platform to fully envision his idea of Metroid Dread. Because, right, this is continuing after 2002's Metroid 4, aka Metroid Fusion. So it's about time they gave us a continuation. But anyways, so Metroid Dread, really huge game, this one. And of course, they got as you can see in the background here, we do have the amiibo for this one, exclusive to this game. MSRP for those was like $30. And of course, as you're going to see towards the end of this playthrough, I'm going to show off the collector's edition that I got at launch day of this game for $90 as well. So, and of course, in the background, I'm using the Switch OLED here, which is my new Switch. That was $350, so $349.99. So pretty cool stuff. So this game's very, very special to me. Also, again, this is the second project to be worked on by Mercury Steam Entertainment. So with this one, of course, obviously now they're upgrading to the Switch system, which now runs, of course, 720p, 60 frames per second, which thankfully the Mercury engine that this game runs on is perfectly adapted to the Switch's 720p 60 frames per second limitations. But that being said, this game's going to look fantastic on the Switch, as you're about to see. So I think that's quite enough talking for now. Let's just get right in and let's start playing. So of course gotta move these amiibo a bit out of the way so that way you can still kind of see the game. Because, you know. And if you're wondering what the amiibo are in the background, on the left Joy-Con you see you have Samus there in her brand new design for Metroid Dread. And of course on the right you have the new enemy in this game, the Emmys, also known as the Extraplanetary Multiform Mobile Identifiers. They're going to play a big role in this game, let me tell you. So we're going to turn up the audio just a little bit. And we're going to get started here. So obviously, right off the bat, we got the Metroid Dread logo and a chilling remix of the original Metroid theme. Fantastic. So with this, we're going to start a new file. So yes. And see, now we have all these different modes here. So this game got updated back last month, actually. They gave this an update. Even earlier than that. I'm pretty sure around March they gave us an update too. But the first update was, of course, the mode update, I like to call it, where essentially they added different modes here. Because originally all you had was the normal and hard modes. But with the first major update to this game, they added two new modes. Rookie mode and Dread mode. The hardest mode in Metroid 5. So, we're going to start off with normal mode here. And, yeah. We're going to get right started here. So, similar to Metroid Samus Returns, if you remember that from the Nintendo 3DS, Spec Toy 17, we start off with a prologue here. So, I'm going to read this out for you. Metroid, a virulent, floating organism that drained energy from its prey through physical contact. Metroids were originally created by the Chozo and named after the word for ultimate warrior, in the native language essentially. Their value as a bioweapon sparked several crises, and as a result, all traces of them have been eliminated. They are now extinct. Yep, you heard it first here. As of the events of Metroid 5, the Metroids are dead. Completely gone. And now you have the X-Parasites, which again, you might remember from Samus Returns. I talked a little bit about these. A gelatinous parasitic organism indigenous to the planet SR-388. Again, Samus Returns references. It could also absorb the DNA of its host, living or dead, and replicate its form. When infecting a living host, it could even access a host's memories. X-Parasites were driven not by emotion, but by the instinctive need to replicate and spread to increasingly stronger hosts. Their inability to be controlled marked them as even more dangerous than their sole predator, the Metroids. Like the Metroids, they are believed extinct. And of course, here we have some cutscenes from Samus Returns and Metroid Fusion, which is great. Well, updated, right, for the Switch. And God, it just looks so good. Man. So, with no Metroid surviving on SR-388, it became infested with the X, as we saw at the end of Samus Returns. Horrifying parasites capable of imitating any living being. I can't read today. Unaware of this, I set foot on the planet, got infected, and almost died. Again, this is referring to Metroid Fusion, the game prior to this, where Samus gets deadly infection of X-Parasites. And of course, as you can see, her suit had to be surgically removed and replaced with the fusion suit, which is what she's currently wearing in this game as well. The only thing that saved me was a vaccine created from Metroid DNA, which also left me uniquely able to oppose the X. This ability was tested immediately when I went to the Biologic Space Laboratories BSL research station to investigate a distress signal. Again, this is a reference to Metroid Fusion and the events that happened in that game. That right there is the SA-X, which, if you remember from my PowerPoint presentation, you should well know what that thing is. There I battled many powerful X forms, including the SA-X, which was an X mimicking me in my Power Suit at full strength. Again, if you read my PowerPoint presentation, you would have known that. I eventually eliminated the X Menace on SR-388 by sending the BSL research station on a collision course with the planet. Again, a lot of Metroid Fusion references. After that, the X and Metroids were just memories, or so we thought. Just when it all seemed over, the Galactic Federation received a mysterious video transmission. Oh, and also, this is another remix of Samus's theme from Super Metroid. Absolutely glorious. Which you might remember from Samus Returns, the glorious remix in that game, too. So, it showed an X, alive and in the wild. Thorough analysis proved the video was real. Although the sender was unknown, the transmission was traced to a particular planet. And this planet is completely new as well to this game. It was called ZDR. If the X had somehow escaped extinction out there, they would pose a threat to the entire galaxy. The Galactic Federation dispatched a research team of 7 EMI to investigate. An EMI is a large research robot designed to capture field samples and extract their DNA. That's going to come into play later. Remember this. Their incredible mobility and protective plating, made of the strongest stuff in the universe, practically guaranteed the mission's success. But not long after their arrival on ZDR, all communication was lost. Again, this is all going to come into play later, trust me. What is happening on ZDR? Is the planet really infested with X? As the only one immune to the parasites, it's up to me to go there and find out. Obviously, this is Samus speaking at that point. So, and now we get a nice cutscene here. So, yay. It's just so surreal to live in a world where this game actually, got completed like it was supposed to all those years ago. Man. And now you're finally seeing it for yourself. So.
You'll soon be entering ZDR's atmosphere.
Now, if you're wondering who's speaking here in the background, that is Adam, Samus's AI partner that was established again back in Metroid Fusion. So, and the reason why he's named Adam is because of Samus's former confidant back when she served under the Galactic Federation Army, Adam Malkovich. Which, again, if you read my PowerPoint presentation back at CIS-1A, you would know this. Well, not read, but watch the videos, you would know this. Alright, so, something happened here. Oh, jeez. So as you can see, Samus constantly keeps changing suits. This is all gonna come into play later, trust me.
That elevator leads to the depths of an underground facility. Signal quality is likely to be low. Remote communication remains people. Try to connect to the facility's network when you reach the bottom. That way, get main contact. Any objectives, lady?
Yep, and now we lose communication with Adam because we're too deep in the planet to speak to him at this point. So, here we are in the, basically in the deepest part of the planet. And, that guy's awful mysterious. I wonder who that could be. Well, one thing's for sure, he sure ain't friendly. Well then. Okay, so if you're wondering what he just said, if that wasn't evident, that was a Chozo you just saw, which the stories told us up to this point were all dead, so that was a lie. But he said Hadarson Olmen, which in Chozo translates to power is everything. If you couldn't tell already, yeah, this is kind of the big bad for Dread's story, as we're gonna see later. But currently now, as you can see, Samus now lost all of her upgrades, which the game describes as physical amnesia, but something you're going to notice right off the bat is that now we are in this area here. This is Artaria, and this is the deepest part of the planet. So let me quickly outline some background stuff you're going to notice here right away. First and foremost, big Chozo statues in the background. And there's the entrance to where Samus arrived in that cutscene. But as you can see now, the right eye has some damage on it, which is a reference to how, if you saw in that cutscene just a second ago, that evil Chozo got damaged in that same area by Samus's super missile. So cool stuff. So let's try going over here to the left, see what we can do. Well, we can't go over there. So something you're going to notice right now is that Samus is very, very fluid in this game, as she controls really nicely here. So right off the bat, I just killed 2 new enemies introduced on this new planet called the Klyda. They're basically one of the more generic enemies here, and are quite fun. So something new that was added with Metroid Dread is that Samus now has that new move that you just saw called the Slide. So essentially how that works is, well, it's probably going to tell us here in a second. You just press the ZL and Samus can slide. Took us 5 entries of this series to finally get Samus to slide through gaps, but they did it. So, great stuff. But now we have this new terminal here, which we're going to interact with. And alrighty.
You've accessed the network station. Well done, Samus. I have reviewed your vital signs and video log from the data you uploaded.
Also, you might notice voice acting. That's
I've
new.
run a full
For the 2D
analysis,
games, anyway.
But I cannot account for why Maximus, on meetings indicate dramatic physical changes in you. Whatever caused these changes seems to have stripped you of most abilities. You might call it physical amnesia.
Told you.
That brings me to your assailant. I am checking the Federation database against your video log. It appears to have been a Chozo. The attacker's identity is not yet clear. I have determined that you are somewhere within the depths of ZDR. Your top priority should be to return to your ship on the surface. This situation is precarious. Trust your instincts as you navigate upward.
So this is a new gameplay style they added to Dread. So unlike before, where like in Samus Returns we started on the surface, then we go deeper into the planet, and then we go back up, with Metroid Dread we finally get the reverse, right? Where now we're starting in the core of the planet and we have to work our way to the top. Kind of nice.
This planet appears to consist of multiple areas. Shuttles, elevators, and other modes of transport connect them. Keep an eye out for ways to reach the surface.
Yep.
The ship's location is marked on your global map. Check it for yourself. You may encounter pockets of low temperature. Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you. There are many such cold areas scattered underground. Do not enter them with your basic power suit. One final thing. Underground interference is preventing radio transmissions. Check in with me at any network stations you find.
Yep. Also, these areas here. Now, unlike Samus Returns' Chozo Seals, these do not actually help you navigate to and from different areas of this game. These little terminals only really give Samus, like, you know, tell her what's going on, give you some story and lore. That's really about it. So, something you also notice right off the bat is that when Samus shoots her arm cannon, if you notice, there's a bit of heat coming off of her arm cannon when she shoots, which I think is really cool. And of course we get some brand new enemies here. Those are called creeps, spelled with a K, and they are again new enemies established here on planet ZDR. This here is again another new enemy. This is called the Musby, and they are a giant species native to this planet. And there's a lot of other new creatures here, like these guys. These little ray things. I don't believe they actually have a name, but they're quite interesting looking. So right now, again, we are in Artaria, the deepest part of the planet. And if you're wondering how to access the map in this one, well, you can press the plus button to look at your map. So the map, what you can do with this is you can zoom in and out. And when you select an icon, it will tell you different things on the map. So this is a network station, this is a power beam door, that is just see if it's an undiscovered thing, then it will just give you a little question mark there until you interact with it. Then it will tell you, right? And at the top heading, you'll see Artaria there. And of course, when you press your R trigger, you can look at Samus, see her upgrades, see what she currently has. Then, of course, you have the mission log, which is another new element to Metroid Dread that basically tells you what you've done previously, which is really nice. Just in case you haven't played this game in a while, you come back and you completely forget what you're supposed to be doing. It's just really nice. And then, of course, with ZR, you have the tutorials. So you can go in here and look at any tutorials if you need to reference anything. And, of course, you can use your your left Joy-Con stick to navigate that. So, that is quite nice. And as you can see, there's another little legend there that tells you map controls, move cursor, reset position, all that sort of stuff. So if we tap L, see it resets our position, and then R is the fast cursor. So that way it can move real fast around there, so you press and hold it and you go, ooh, zippy zippy. But yeah, really cool stuff. And then we also have the place marker button. Press A, and once again, similarly to Samus Returns, you have these pins, which you can use to mark different locations on your map, and you can only have 6 on the map at a given time. Really cool stuff. So, and something else new to this game is that, as you can see, the melee counter does make a return, but also we get a new addition, the dash melee. So press X when you're moving forward, and Samus will melee counter automatically as she's running. This is a great upgrade to her original melee counter, because the melee counter most people complained was very slow and gimmicky. But now it feels like a smart part of Samus's moveset, as now you can melee counter without Samus having to slow down to a complete stop, which is great. Keeps fluidity going, which I appreciate. Again, we get another cutscene here. And we get this awesome perspective in what's called the combat visor for Samus, which is great. Well, they call it the combat visor in the Prime Trilogy, but you know. And here's our first encounter with the elusive Emmy. So automatically, you can see they're not too friendly anymore. Because you can already tell this guy has the intent to kill. Jeez. So, and as you can see, can't damage him. So what are we gonna do? We have to melee counter him. As you can see, we have to be quick about that melee counter, because if we are not quick enough, we are deadzo. And believe it or not, the enemies are actually one of the hardest enemies to melee counter in this game, and they're made that way intentionally, as the game's gonna tell us later. So yeah, definitely a interesting antagonistic force in this game. This is a new antagonistic force as well. This is called a central unit, and definitely pays homage to other brain units of this series. And they basically act as the main sort of micromanagers, if you will, of the Emmys themselves. They're the ones that control the Emmy zones, which we're going to see later. And once you defeat one, the Emmy itself will, you know, then go into a sort of attack mode, right? And try to kill Samus and stuff like that. So right now we have what's called the Omega Cannon. So the Omega Cannon is just telling you at the bottom you can do different things. Like the Omega Blaster and the Omega Beam, which is pretty cool. So, or Omega Blaster, right? So with this, we're going to quickly charge it, aim at the enemy's optic, and blow its head off. And as you can see, despite the fact the enemies are very light on their feet, they are surprisingly hefty. And as you can see, once Samus utilizes the Omega Cannon's energy that she gets from the central units, it goes away. But trust me, she can get it back after she defeats another central unit. And only then, when she defeats another central unit, can she get it back. So, a lot of new stuff in Dread. A lot of new stuff. Here's the brand new save room. So the save room here, as you can see now, shows those statues in the background. You can save with these, and as you can see, the saves are nice and quick, which is very nice. Again, just to keep fluidity going along. Of course, as you can see, there's a lot of new enemies here that I literally can't name them all. There's so many new ones. But, man, a lot of cool stuff here. So we're going to go up here. And this is an Emmy zone here. So you go through this glitched door, and right away you're going to notice, as Samus enters, yeah, completely different mood from the main planet. As you can see, cold, hostile, robotic. I love it. And also, not only that, but check out Samus's pose right here. When we were standing outside before, Samus's pose was more relaxed. But now, Samus's pose is now more, right, attentive. More, you know, and more strong looking, right? Because after all, this is a dreadful environment. Samus can't be relaxing. This is Dread. This is the Dread of Metroid Dread. So, love those little subtle details. Again, a lot of little subtle details that I can't even point out all of them. There's so many. So again, Samus encounters another Emmy, and, well, get the heck out of there. And, well, he can't get us in here. So now we need to do the smart thing and get the frick out of here. Go! Go! Okay. Get out of there. And, well, yeah, what are you gonna do, buddy, huh? Yep, he can't do nothing. And off he goes. So as you can see, the Emmy can essentially hear where Samus is going, right? Because the Emmys have different modes. So the blue light, as you saw before a little bit, was the patrol mode. That's basically their default mode of scanning around the Emmy zone. The yellow indicator is it lets you know that the Emmy has heard Samus's footsteps and they know that she's present. Right, they're looking for her. And then, of course, the red is the attack mode, right? Where they're going in and they're going to actively chase Samus. And that's when the real hunt begins, as you try to escape them. So, really cool idea. They're not new to Dread, per se, as the enemy SAX in Fusion did something very, very similar, but the Emmys have just built on that concept of having something hunting down Samus, which is great.
They may have been hacked. If so, it's reasonable to assume all Emmy will be hostile. Emmy send out a pulse to detect vibrations in the air within a certain range. Essentially, they can hear you.
As you can see.
Upon detecting vibrations, an Emmy enters
surveillance mode.
Their source. Stay out of its line of sight when this happens. Otherwise, the danger to you increases dramatically.
Well, duh.
An Emmy that has seen you moving in pursuit. Part of the pursuit protocol is to seal the Emmy's own exits. You will be trapped inside.
Well, that's just inconvenient.
To survive, you must leave its range of pursuit. Evade the Emmy and it will disengage. This will also unseal the exits. An Emmy never leaves its assigned zone. Their control system must permit them to operate only within that range. I estimate a 99% probability of death if an Emmy captures you.
Like I said, the Emmys are very hard to melee counter because I didn't explain this, but whenever you get caught by an Emmy, they will trigger one of several different melee counter triggers. And they're all random, and you have to get it like almost frame perfect when they attack. Because there's two ways they can attack you. They'll either grab you and then try to stab you with their like needle-like projection on their head, or they'll just straight up just knock you over, and then they'll try to just stab you like that. So and like I said, you have to be super quick about it, and you can't rely on it. And so basically your only option really is to run from them, right? Because don't try to melee counter them. That's you're gonna regret it.
There may be a very small opportunity to escape, but exploiting this window will be virtually impossible.
As I just explained.
The Emmy are immune to your current weapons. You lack the unique energy used to defeat the first Emmy. Your only option now is to evade capture and find an exit.
And of course, we know that unique energy is the Omega energy that we get from the central units.
Your highest priority in an Emmy zone should be simply to survive.
Yep, you heard it from the horse's mouth. We have to survive, at least for now, until we can figure out what else to do here. So we have this door up here, which we're going to open, right? And another Emmy zone here. And of course we're going to have to carefully navigate it. Yep. And that is the Emmy's beeping noise. Now you might be wondering what that beeping noise is. That beeping noise, the specific frequency there that you're hearing, is actually a reference to Metroid 2's Caverns 1 theme, which is an awesome tongue-in-cheek reference to our last project, Samus Returns. Took me way too long to figure out what that was referencing. Way too long. Alright, so that Emmy should be coming for us now, so I think we need to figure out an escape plan here. Alright, to escape this guy. Alright, we're gonna need to run. We need to run. Okay. This is a really bad spot to get caught. Okay, so we're gonna run over here. Open this door. And we are getting the heck out of here. Alright. So we're just going to keep navigating through. And yeah. So yeah, that's based. So yeah, the enemies are essentially the reason why Metroid Dread is called Metroid Dread, right? Is the fear of being hunted, which I think is awesome. Because I loved that back in 2002's Metroid Fusion. So, man, it's so nice to see that make a comeback here in Dread. But better realized, of course, because as you're about to see as we navigate through this game, the Emmy's AI is much better than the SAX's AI back in 2002's Metroid Fusion. And let me tell you, they will stop at nothing to get at Samus. You may be able to run, but you can't hide. So yeah, you can see why this game is rated T for teen. You can see why. So now we have this little map room here, which if we step in this, we can essentially, right, open up the map to us and see what the rest of the map looks like. And you can also save in these map rooms as well, which I think is a nice option. So now you can see the entire map of Artaria, which is, yeah, pretty large map. See, you can also save in the map room as well. So all these different rooms you can save in, which is great because in Samus Returns there were very little rooms you could save in, which is awesome that they fixed that now. So we'll navigate through here. And of course, now we have these guys over here. Those are little drones there that when you bump into them will essentially alert the Emmy to your location. So you definitely want to avoid those little guys. So we're going to go over here. And we got channel the water here. But yeah, you gotta love the Emmy's sound effect. If that doesn't strike fear in your heart, I don't know what does. We're going to destroy more of these little guys. So we're just going to go over here. And then we got that guy up there. Another new enemy to ZDR. That is called the Infestor. And essentially, as you can see, they shoot out little green things at you, which you can either parry or shoot to break. And then you can actually shoot the enemy itself, which is pretty nice. We're just going to dash melee into that guy. And then get our first new upgrade here, which is the Charge Beam. Pretty nice. Focus beam energy to unleash a powerful shot. Press and hold Y to charge, and then release to fire. Charged shots damage enemies immune to normal beam shots, such as robots and bosses. They can also open charge beam doors. In addition, Samus can perform a charge attack by spin jumping when the beam is fully charged. So, cool stuff. So as you can see, very utilitarian device, the charge beam here. And again, really nice to see a legacy upgrade make its grand return in Metroid Dread. So that is great to see. And also something you might notice about Dread is that the music is all original for this one. There is almost no remixes in this game at all. All of it is original music, which is awesome. Really nice to see that. Because a lot of people complained about the remixes or returns. So, thankfully for this one, it's all original music, which is a nice change of pace. Because it's been a while since we got a Metroid game with a fully original soundtrack. Well, almost. Well, not fully original soundtrack. There is one or two, one or two remixes in this game, but pretty much a majority of it is remixes. Well, not remixes, but original soundtrack compositions. I cannot speak today. Anyway, just gonna bash through all these. Bam. Back up here. And there is a central unit waking up, as once again another Emmy zone. So that is nice. Also, something else I like about Dread's cutscenes is that, first of all, they look great, but also, unlike Samus Returns' ones, they don't actually consume up your in-game time watching them, which is great, because I love watching these cutscenes. They're nice to look at, and it's just all in all, just really good stuff here. Just all around. Ooh, look at that. Well, that guy sure didn't seem friendly. So it looks like something is hunting us. The question is, who or what is it? So once again, now we are in the heated area of, well, not heated area, but we are in the next section of Altaria, and now we get introduced to another new enemy. That is called a Ply, and they are these little fly-like creatures. Very similar to the Gulags of SR388, where they fly around and they try to dive at you with their little spikes. But thankfully, they are relatively easy to parry, which is pretty nice. Slash melee counter. Out of the way, so... we got this big thermal area back here. That's kind of fun. Rip through these enemies. Shit, these doors open. So then I got these doors here, which I believe on the map are called sensor lock doors. So when Samus walks towards them, they will automatically lock the door. We will get an upgrade that's gonna work around it, and it's really cool. And that's another thing I love about this game. The puzzle solving is so creative in this one, as you're gonna see later. Just man. And now we got these things here, which I believe in the game itself, I believe they're called interactive devices. But the game itself calls them, what do they call them? Thermal fuel flow valves. Yeah. So you interact with these with Samus' arm cannon, and you can reroute the thermal energy to open thermal doors scattered around the planet. Cool concept, I think. And again, brand new to ZDR, let alone Metroid Dread, so very nice stuff here. Alright, so now we interact with this terminal here.
Uploading data.
There is no record of your assailant in the Federation database. However, there are records of the Chozo warrior tribe. There is a strong possibility that you are connected.
Okay.
You have seen the warrior tribe's architecture and artifacts on this planet.
Evidently.
I conclude that this was one of their settlements.
Has to be.
But why would someone leave you here and send the enemy after you?
Good question.
The footage of the X-Parasite may have been staged to lure you in. The situation remains unclear, but your priority hasn't changed. You must return to the ship. You have activated the magma supply system that has restored power to the closed thermal doors. Seek them out to proceed. Continue to search for the unique energy you employed against the first enemy. It is the only way you can confront them. Unfortunately, this energy is limited. You may have noticed it dissipating after an enemy is destroyed. There are 6 remaining enemies hunting you. You have no means to confront them. Remember that.
Alrighty, so, yeah. I'm just gonna keep going here, as we do. So yeah, if you're wondering what these were in the previous room, this is a energy healing thing here. Resource, little terminal there that you can interact with to restore your energy, missiles, all that fun stuff. Which is again another returning feature from Samus Returns, which is really, really nice to see. So we're just gonna go down here. Interact with this guy. If I can actually hit it, there we go. Okay. Surprisingly, the Emmy hasn't shown his ugly head yet. Or at all, in fact. So now we get to have our first boss fight with the central units. Let's do this. So as you can see, its first form looks very robotic now, doesn't it? Using these little turrets, and they shoot out these little things called rinkas at you, which you can damage. With melee counters, you can charge beam them. Really cool stuff. So now, once we've done enough damage, see now we revealed its flesh form, which now is much weaker, and we can do a lot more damage to, and it's dead. And see, the Emmy's now been alerted to the fact that the central unit has been, severely damaged. And, well, he's definitely going after Samus now. And now we get our Omega Cannon back, because we got the Omega energy from it. The energy from the central unit transformed the arm cannon into an Omega Cannon. Omega Blaster online. Omega Stream online. Yes, those are the two modes, Omega Cannon and Omega Stream. So this is the Omega Stream, which you can use to break these little locks here. And then aim at the core of the door and break it open. So, pretty nice. And keep in mind, it is going to say that each and every time that, the Omega Beam's been activated, yada yada yada, so I'm going to skip that each and every time going forward. But I thought I'll let you see the first one anyway. Oh jeez. Alright, buddy. So now we need to break off this particular Emmy's faceplate. Like so. Get the heck out of here. And we're going to quickly finish him off now. Boom. That Emmy is certainly dead. Now, unfortunately, I cannot skip this cutscene, as we're going to see this a lot going forward with this game, where the Emmys, where you damage them, and then you get an upgrade from them, which is pretty nice. So each of these Emmys have different code names to them. I probably should have said that at the beginning, but each Emmy has a different code name. So the one that we just destroyed, I believe is called Emmy. I believe it's called, what is it called again? Hold on. I gotta look up the code name for this real quick, because it's been a while since I've talked about the code names for each of these Emmys, because there's a lot of them. So, this one that we just killed is called Emmy-02SM. Now, keep in mind, SM and just the last two, capital letters of each of their code names translates to what upgrade they give you, because each one gives you an upgrade. This one, in this case, SM is Spider Magnet. So that's what that one's given us, which is pretty nice. So, with the Spider Magnet, now Samus can crawl along walls and ceilings on these little blue slimy things. Which again, that's a new upgrade to Metroid Dread and to the Metroid series in general. And it's really cool because this kind of reminds me of some of the ladder slash little grippable surfaces that were introduced in previous Metroid games. But now it's back here in a new sort of version for Metroid Dread. So, let me phrase that. It's new to Dread, but the concept is not new to the Metroid series. So, just grab that. Then you can hop out of that. Dang it, come on. And go through here. And that thing that just jumped towards me behind me was called a Rock Leaper, another new enemy introduced in Dread. So now we have that little door here, so we can't leave this way. And we can't go this way, so that means we must go this way. This thing is called a Gobbler, and as you're about to see, you get close to it, it's going to start twitching until it triggers a melee counter, and then we can melee counter and kill it. So kind of a neat door enemy, and they're the only door enemy in this game, is the Gobblers. So pretty cool. So now we are getting to our first boss fight. In this case, we have this guy that's about to appear behind Samus. This is Corpius, and he is a brand new enemy slash boss to Metroid Dread. So, really cool boss, this one, as you're about to see. So, gotta dodge his tail. Whoop. Gotta aim for that head there. Oh, watch out for that tail. Alright, so now we've damaged him enough, he's going to go into a new attack here. In this case, he turns invisible! Well, that's certainly different, to say the least. So now this weak spot's been revealed, so we can hit that now. Watch out for that tail again. Okay. And we can missile it too, so that is also an option. Right? We damaged him enough, so now he's gonna throw a temper tantrum, smack the wall there, which now reveals that blue stuff, so now we can grip that wall. Where'd he go? There he is. So now this creature now rears his ugly other head. So now we need to slide under him, counter, and now we get this awesome melee counter animation. And once again, similarly to Returns, you're not watching Samus beat up the bad guy for you. I'm actively countering him and damaging him as a reward for paying attention to the enemy and watching his attack pattern. So really cool stuff. Alright, now he is Deadzo. Poor guy, he's all weakened. Check out that awesome pose. Nothing scares Samus. Jeez. 10-10 through the tail. Well, he's dead. Squashed him like the bug he is. And, well, he's gonna give us an upgrade. And what kind of upgrade are we gonna get from this guy? Well, we got this new cube thing. And now we get the Phantom Cloak Aeon ability. So yeah, Aeon abilities make their return in Dread. And you might be wondering, how the heck does Samus have Aeon energy? Well, if you remember back in Samus Returns, right, and the prologue that we just watched earlier, where Samus got the Metroid vaccine, yeah. Samus is officially part Metroid, and we're gonna see that, and that's another big plot point that's going to become more prevalent as this story continues with the Metroid DNA that she has. So, what do you know? Samus became the very thing she swore to destroy. But anyhow, an Aeon ability that renders Samus invisible to enemies by refracting light. She can also move silently, albeit at a slower speed. With full Aeon, press down the R stick on your Joy-Con, right Joy-Con, to activate. Press R again to deactivate. Aeon will be consumed while this ability is activated. Moving or firing weapons while activated will consume additional Aeon. Once all the Aeon has been depleted, the Phantom Cloak will consume energy instead. Should it deplete energy to 1, it will automatically deactivate. After deactivation, Aeon will begin to recharge automatically once Samus makes any actions. The ability cannot be activated again until the Aeon is full. As you can see, you also get a little animation of how the Phantom Cloak works there as well. Which again, really nice. As you can remember, Samus Returns didn't have anything like that due again to technical limitations. That, and of course, just so as you can see, the door before will close up on us. Now, with the Phantom Cloak, it doesn't notice us anymore. Not only that, but also enemies won't be able to see Samus anymore once the ability has been activated. So see, now that we activated the Aeon there, well, he still noticed us, so, you know, but if I was to use the Aeon ability before I walk towards him, yeah, he wouldn't notice me at all, which is pretty great. So now we can go this way, a little shortcut, to get back to this area. can do a parry on that guy, parry that. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's rip through those guys. Go back to this section, which is great. Turn on our Aeon ability again, our Phantom Cloak, to get through that. Okay, just had to quickly remember what I was doing here with this area. So we go up here. And of course, with this, I can still attack enemies while I'm attached to this little point here. Oh, this booger. Okay. Okay. Oh, and also you can go up like this and turn on your Aeon ability still when you're up here, which is a nice option if you want to do that. So you do have options for how Samus controls. And in my opinion, this is probably the best the character's ever controlled in an official Metroid game. That's just my opinion, of course. Because, I mean, she literally flows like water, as you can see. Samus is just so well animated. Like, I love the little subtle movement of her legs when she hits the ground, when she's, right? And I love how her running animation, it's not overly dramatic, but it looks so real, right? Like, just the way, just a subtle way she's animated for that running animation. Just really good stuff. So, I feel that here, this is probably the best that that Mercury Steam has ever been. And keep in mind, once again, this is just a small Spanish development team. And they're able to do all this. Jeez. And it's only been like, what? At the time, 4 years since their first project they ever worked on besides Nintendo? Well, with Nintendo, right? So... Now, to most people, you probably think that the doorway I just went through is the correct way to navigate. But now we get introduced to those guys. Those guys are pretty new. They are... Oh god, why can't I remember their names right now? Basically, they're these robotic enemies, right? That basically scout out the area, right? And as you can see, when you get close to them, their little pistons will raise up, and that's when you melee counter. Because if you don't, they're going to do a little they're going to do some area of effect / AoE damage with their little flames that they shoot up from the ground when they see, like that. So you have to be very careful with these guys. I got those new worms there. I believe they're called hooktails. And they're pretty nasty. Those guys. We'll go up here. Navigate to that. As a matter of fact, in the background, I should probably look up what the enemies are for this one, because again, I need to refresh my memory on this. Because it's been a while since I talked about Dread, so my apologies. So yeah, the enemy I just walked past was called an Outclassed. So my apologies for that. So...
Samus, your currency cannot protect you as you explore Cataris. The extreme heat of the lava is too much for it. Under no circumstances should you enter high temperature areas. I know the shuttle somewhere above here. Use it to find a path forward. There is one other thing to discuss. It is your new Phantom Cloak ability. The Phantom Cloak prevents the enemy from detecting you. Thus far, your only option was to run. Now, of survival.
Alright. So there you go. Also, those pink jaw-like things that I couldn't remember the name of before, they're called Synapse. So, again, my apologies. A lot of new enemies in this one. Hard to remember them all. At least for me it is. Yeah, those little fly things up there, which you can see fly away when Samus gets close to them. But if she had the Phantom Cloak on, you could get around that. Then you have those new enemies as well. Again, can't remember their names right now. I think they're called, Shelmets, I'm pretty sure is what they're called. Let me quickly double check to make sure that's correct. Yep, it's called a Shelmet. And essentially they launch at Samus when they get close to her. So, pretty nice new enemies here. And they also have an armored variant that's going to appear later that can shoot a laser down. But if you use a certain upgrade, you can break that shell and then trigger the normal melee counter response. Which is pretty nice. As you can see, each of these enemies deploy a new type of, have different types of melee counter responses. Sometimes they'll try to fake you out, sometimes you can just dash right into them, just really depends on the enemy you're fighting. Which is, again, really, really nice. Since most of the enemies, as you saw in Returns, kind of deployed the same-ish kind of attacks. But now they all have different ones. And of course, they still have enemies that you can't counter, that don't trigger a melee counter response like that, but you can still melee counter them to stun them, and then go ahead and damage them, which is great. I'm going to go over here, and there's that up there, which I need to grab. Okay. Take out that Oclast up there before he does anything. Take out that guy. See, I can also counter on the walls too. So as you can see, Samus is quite flexible in this entry. As she should be, considering she was trained by the Chozo after all. And she's military trained. Obviously she should be good at what she does, right? Because at this point we have to remember, in Metroid 5, by the events of this game, Samus is not a rookie like she was back in the first game. Now she is a well-trained bounty hunter at this point. She knows what her enemies are, right? She knows what she's up against, and more importantly, she knows how to use these different upgrades, and of course just her own strength in general, to navigate her way around these dangerous alien worlds. So it's really nice to see that Samus is exactly who you think she should be by this point. A well-experienced bounty hunter, right? That knows what's going on and knows how to deal with these different threats. So now we get encountered with this new Emmy here. A green one. This one is Emmy-03MB. MB standing for, of course, Morph Ball. Because this Emmy demonstrates one of the more common elements of an Emmy going forward, which is they can navigate through tight spaces. So that is fun. By fun, not very fun actually, because they're harder to escape. Because now they can get through tight spaces, you can't trick them like you could before. Which is kind of annoying. Yeah, you got those doors there that lock when Samus runs onto the pad there. Those can get quite annoying as you navigate your way. But they're not too bad. Okay, we're just going to keep going. And we have escaped. Now we can trigger this valve here. And now the fuel's redirected. And we'll quickly check out this area back here. So there is some stuff we can do back here, actually. Then you got those new enemies there. And I believe those enemies that I just killed... I don't know what are they called again. I know they're one of many of these sort of enemies that sort of come up in groups. It's annoying that I can't remember what they're called. What are they called? Let me just quickly look and see. God. What are they? Why can I not remember their name? That's dumb. Of me. Oh, God. Why can I not remember its name? I will find it. Because I'm going to go crazy if I don't remember what that thing's called. I'm actually going to lose my mind if I can't remember what it's called. No, that's not the thing. What's it called? Come on. What is it? If it's something dumb, I'm going to be mad at myself. Oh, come on. Why is my brain just not remembering? Alright, I'm going to take a quick pause break here because I'm actually going to go crazy if I don't remember what this enemy's name is, so be right back. Alright, I found the name of it finally after doing some digging. That is called a Caterzilla is what these are called. Man, I knew the name of those and I just couldn't remember the name for a second. That really annoyed me. Jeez, and that thing I just killed. Well, great, now I have to remember what that thing's called now. Wonderful. What was it called again? Oh, Volcran. There we go. A Volcran. And they obviously shoot lava when you get close to them. So they're pretty fun. So, as you know me, I have to make sure I'm in depth on these sort of, on whatever it is that I'm invested in, right? Oh God. What are you? Go away, please. Okay, thank you. Another Caterzilla up here. We're just gonna kill that. Bam. Okay, and there we go here. Bum. Okay. Go over here. Get your Volcran. And I can go over here with my Phantom Cloak. And just sneak my way around here. Bam! Alright. Now you got another one of those Ott class down there, doing what it does. Just patrolling the area. Oh my God. Stupid Volcran, come on! Die. Okay. Yeah, as you can tell, I really don't like Volcrans. They are so annoying. Because they're like everywhere in Cateris, and they always try to trap you in a corner, so that way they can, you know, they can make a surefire hit on you with one of their lava plumes. So annoying. Anyway, we're gonna go up here now. Phantom Cloak our way through this door. Whoop. Just gonna step on that. And bam. The thermal fuel's flow has been redirected. Just gonna walk through this one. Are you serious? Go over. Get down there. Get out of the way. Get out of the way! Oh my God. Everything is cornering me today. I don't know why. Everything's cornering me. I don't like it. Okay. Okay. So that way. Oh, good God. Dude, can you, like, go somewhere else, please? Go, 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 go! Okay. Yeah, he's not being nice to me today. No, he wants me dead. Alright, well, better get out of here. As quickly as humanly possible. No. Alright. Oh, he's coming for me now. Okay. Okay, I gotta go somewhere, and that's not here, preferably. Can I go in here yet? I think I can. Then you got this guy over here. This is an Obsidomethon, another new creature on the planet. As you can see, they charge up a little fire plume, and if you don't melee counter them fast enough, well, Samus is gonna get hit with some burns. So hopefully she has some burning cream for that, if that's the case. We're gonna navigate up here and over that way. And not again with these stupid Caterzellas out of nowhere. Why? You're dead. You're dead. Okay. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. You're dead. Wait, can I go up here yet? That's gonna be a no. Dang it. Oh, I see what I need to do. Okay. Again, it's been a while since I played Dread, so do apologize for my ineptitude at the moment. Not remembering what I'm supposed to be doing here. So I think I'm supposed to go this way. Yeah! Okay. Okay, go. There is an Emmy afoot. Go! Okay. Phantom Cloak through this door. And now we are getting the frickin' frack out of here. That's what the heck we're gonna do. We're gonna wall jump, and we're gonna do all kinds of fun stuff. Alright, and out we go. And then we get this big thing down here, which that's gonna come into play later. It's not a boss, but it is just something there. So, and again, I'm gonna quickly make sure that I name that creature correctly, because if I got it wrong, I'm actually gonna get mad at myself for a little bit. Oh god, what was this thing called again? So yeah, what is it called? I know it had tail in its name somewhere. What was it called again? Was this its name? Am I that dumb? Yep, I'm that dumb. It's called a Sklock. I called it Hooktail. Why did I call it that? It's called a Sklock. I'm sorry. Again, my apologies. It's been a while since I've talked about these enemies. It's been a while. Jeez. So I've had so many other things keep me busy. I really haven't had time to rerun Dread again. At least at the time of this recording, this is going to be my... Let me double check. I'm pretty sure this is my 10th or 11th run of this game. Yeah, I haven't played this game all that much. It's not that I don't like this game. No. I love this game to bits. Because, I mean, heck, I went out launch day last year to go pick this up. The Collector's Edition, the new Switch, all of that, as you already knew. But, as I explained to you before, back in CIS 1A, but, like, man... Just really haven't had time to really play through this one again. But it's nice that finally I got a break in my rather busy schedule, especially now with all these labs, at least at the time of this recording, that, you know, to finally be able to play this game for you. Again, hopefully you're enjoying this so far. I sure am. Don't know when I'm going to stop this episode. Slash video, because once again this is one that's going to have to be broken into parts, because I mean, my god.
Procedurally modify and enhance its own capabilities.
Anyway,
Its
let's
ability
continue.
to configure itself to fit into narrow spaces is a standard feature. Any enemy you encounter will likely do so as it pursues you. You are not capable of destroying their armor plating. This would be true even at your full capabilities. You are faced with overwhelming power. Accept your helplessness. Study each enemy carefully and use the Phantom Cloak to advance. There are risks even here. The Phantom Cloak reduces your mobility and consumes more aim when you move or shoot. It is still your best chance at survival. Do not hesitate to destroy an enemy whenever you discover more unique energy. This was not one of your original priorities. However, I see no other way to accomplish your goal. These existential threats cannot be sanctioned.
Alrighty then. So I'm gonna have to take another pause break real quick here because Nature calls, if you will. So sorry about that. So anyway, we're going to continue on with the gameplay here. And of course, run right into an enemy. Great. Stupid Opsidami-thon, get out of the way. Alright, another heated area that I can't explore yet. Dang it. Don't tell me you're right below me. No! No! Oh my god, why are you there? Okay, I'm getting the frick out of here. Hi! Oh my god, you are like right there. Yeah, you were just confused. No, you were just hearing things. I think he bought it. Is he gone yet? What is he doing? Okay, he's gone. I can't activate my own ability again. No. No. Don't come back in here! When did I ask for you to come back in here? Okay, heck with that, I'm running. Heck, I'm running. Bye. I ain't bothering with you. You're taking way too long to get around. Jeez. Oh, and also, if you notice something, whenever I kill an enemy and I get energy, right, the energy, as you can see, the drops and whatnot follow you into rooms. That's awesome. I love that. I believe that's new to Dread, which is fantastic. So, and also those little robots that I was talking about before, I couldn't remember the name of, they're called Autoos. And like I said, they are little robots that patrol the enemy zones, and if you bump into them, they'll alert the enemies to your location. So you definitely want to stay away from those. And got some more bugs over there, which as you can see run away the minute Samus gets close, which I think is a pretty cool background feature, even though you can probably barely see it because they're very small on the screen there. But they were there. See, told you. Pop into the nailer to your location. Wonderful. Good. And then you got these little switches here, which if you use a charge beam, you can turn them on like that. So of course you can normally shoot them and then eventually it will turn on. But for me, I'd rather just do a charge shot. It just takes too long. Hit, boom, turn the thing on. And now that machine's activated, the lava now is lowering for some reason. I don't know why that would be lowering, because I didn't see any sort of devices that would allow the lava to lower, but we're just going to ignore that and move on. So, something you might notice here is that you have two types of energy tanks here. This right here is a normal energy tank. This here is called an energy part. Brand new to this game. And actually a carryover concept from the highly disliked Metroid Other M from 2010 for the Wii. Where essentially, with the energy part, you grab up to 4 of them, and once you collect 4 parts, it will give you the full energy tank. Kind of annoying, because unlike normal energy tanks, where it feels good to get one, because if you get one, you get the whole thing. With energy parts, you have to get the parts, and it's like, man, do we have to go on a fetch quest just to get some darn health, you know? I mean... excuse me. Zelda does it all the time with the heart containers, but with Metroid, for me, I just don't think it works. Nice idea. That's all it is, a nice idea. But it's annoying as all heck, because it's like, dude, it doesn't feel as good. So, I like, again, nice idea, but just the execution, why? Anyway. So where's this enemy gonna go? Or he's gonna go that way. I'm just go this way. Oh yeah, I am going the right way. Cool. Actually, wait. Yeah. Can I go that way yet? No, I'm dumb. I'm going the wrong way. Hold on. Wait. Sorry. I was thinking of what I have to do later in this section. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'm supposed to go in, what is it? I think it's this way. Around. Well, let me look at my map here. Let me zoom real quick. Can't go that way. So I think... yes. That. Okay, that's where I need to be going. I'm sorry, I'm being a small brain right now. Slash moron, so. Let me go the right way like I'm supposed to be doing right now. Okay, that guy's dead, thank God. Go up here. Use my little Aeon there. Poop, and let's see. That's right. Charge door. I need to go there. Okay. Right, okay, I'm remembering how to navigate now. Okay, slide into there. Grab this. Come on. Okay. Okay. Come on! Heck with you. Get over here. Okay. Right, energy part. See, you have to collect 4 of them to get your energy. Yeah, it's really... I don't know. I don't know about energy parts. Especially from a game that people didn't really like to begin with. I don't know Mercury's theme. But, I trust them with that. So, I think they executed it about as well enough as you really could with a concept like that. Come on! There we go. Oh god. Okay, get away from that guy. Go up. Now I can go up here. Go around, and yeah, there's my full tank. So now I have 2 energy tanks. I think now is a good time to probably talk about what the amiibo do. So how do you get to the amiibo? Well, to get to the amiibo, what you need to do is press the minus button and go to the amiibo setting. From there, it's going to tell you right here, scan Metroid-related amiibo to give Samus extra resources, or to replenish a random amount of energy or missiles per day. You can scan each amiibo once per day to replenish these resources. So, for example, if I was to tap in the Samus amiibo using my extra Joy-Cons here, because if you were probably wondering how I was playing this in the background, but that's how we're doing it. So we tap it on there. I said tap it on there. Okay. What's going on? Why isn't it registering? I think it's because there's a low trigger on the bottom. Let me try that one more time. I think my Joy-Cons are having an issue. Hold on one second. Pause. Hey, so the amiibo thing is gonna have to be out for this episode as a /video. So I'll get that sorted out for next episode. My apologies for that. So forgot to turn the camera on for a second, but basically what I did is I unlocked another valve, and now I've moved into this area that you just saw me start exploring. So my apologies for that. Now I got one of these here. These are called shuttles, but I like to call them trains because they look more like trains than shuttles. But essentially these allow you to navigate through specific areas of the map. In this case, this is going to take us to a new area called Dairon. So we're going to go there and explore that. And I think after that, we're going to end this video because, oh my god, it's almost an hour long. I forgot how long that some of those cutscenes go. Jeez. But anyway, hopefully you're sticking with me through this because, my god, this game is a longin', I'm telling you. Jeez. Yeah, you know, Returns is a long game too, but not nearly as long as Dread is. Jeez. I mean, the Prime Trilogy, like, games are pretty long too, but, like, man. It's not nearly as long as those, but, like, good god. Trust me, the next episodes will be significantly shorter than this one. So. Then I got this guy over here, a new robot enemy. That's called a Ott Sniper. So essentially they try to snipe Samus when they get close to her. Very similar to the Alltrax from SR388, so that's kind of nice to see. And of course we get new music here as well, which is quite nice. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, that guy's dead. Then we get these guys here, which are called Ott Sharps. And essentially, as you can see, they launch off the ground and they try to hit Samus with those blades. But if you're quick enough to missile them, you can take them out pretty quickly. And then we got that guy up there. That's called a Nailong, another new enemy introduced with this particular area. And they're quite annoying, because as you can see, they shoot those spikes out when you get close to them. So you have to kind of dodge those as you, hit them. I try to go for the tail of those guys, usually. So, now you have these dark sections here, which thankfully the Switch OLED really could take advantage of because of the contrast between dark and light colors. Yeah, it looks fantastic on this now. And this automatically, this game alone, sold me on the OLED and why it's such a nice system, despite the fact that all it really did is improve the screen. The guts inside are still pretty much the same, besides, of course, the screen change, and of course, the bezel being reduced. Other than that, that's really about it. So now we just activate that little terminal there, and now the lights are back on. Or what do they call it on the map? An interactive device, they call it. But I like to call it a little terminal. That just sounds better to me than interactive device. That's not that interesting sounding. Go over here up in this door, and then we get a new upgrade, which is, of course, the wide beam. You might remember this from Samus Returns. Yep, this is another carryover. Wonderful. Or a returning upgrade. Fires 3 beams simultaneously. Great, that's all you really need to know for this one. And also you can use this to open wide beam doors and other wide beam based obstacles, which is pretty nice. You again. Come on. You're dead. Alright. Okay, he's dead. Hit that. Boop. And boop. Alright. Okay, come on then. You're dead. Ah! Okay, I didn't see that guy there. That real quick. And also you have these points here. Those are awfully suspicious. Those couldn't be grapple points, could they? Everybody knows what grapple points means. And now we get a new Emmy here. This Emmy is codenamed, if I can get it for you real quick. This is Emmy04 SB, which of course SB stands for Speed Booster, which again is not a new upgrade, but it is another returning upgrade from Metroid 3, actually, which is really nice to see. So that's Super Metroid back on the Super Nintendo. Really nice to see it make a comeback again. But, oh man. Oh god! Oh god! Now is a bad time for that! Okay, go! Oh my god! No, 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 no. Go away, please. God, I need to go through that way. I think. Yeah, I need to go that way. There we go. So yeah, this ME0-04SB. I hate that ME with a burning passion because oh my god, that guy gave me quite the trouble back in my first playthrough of this game back on October 8th last year. Good god, such a pain. Anyway, we're gonna take that guy out. So we're gonna go over here. And there we go. And real quickly, I'm just going to quickly check something in the background here. And that particularly regarding those ray-like creatures, because they might have actually gotten a name by now. They might actually have a name. But I'm going to check and see if they have a name or not. Because they might actually have one now. Because back when I first checked, the Metroid Wiki page that I'm looking at right now, they didn't have names, but they might actually have a name now. Let me pause that for a moment. Okay, yeah, so the things on Altaria that I said don't have a name, those are called Dropters, and those things that I just encountered before that attacked me are called Sharpaws. So yes, they do actually have names now. Good. Just want to double check. You know, because I'm going to sound real stupid if I get it wrong. So... Alright, yeah, your Shelmet. Ah! You're dead. Do it faster. Wah! Ah, okay. There you go. Slide. Counter. Counter that. Okay, I need to go this way. Alright. Oh, come on. That was a bad time for that. I'm going over here. Heck with you. Anyway, next central unit. Go. Oh, God. Come on. And he's dead. Alright, skip the cutscene. Yeah. Alright. Charge that. Charge that. There we go. Or stream that. And then... back. And off we go. Hi. Oh god, go! Go! Go away. Just go away. Where did he go? Oh, he's up there. Come down here and face me, coward. Okay. There you go. Yeah, get over here. Get your little faceplate blown off. Oh god. Alright, and you are dead! Yes! That's scary when they come after you like that. Oh, if that does not put you on edge, I don't know what does. Because just the way they move is so creepy. Why? I love it, but also, God, no. God, no. Okay, and now we get Morph Ball. Nice. I need to turn up the music again because this is one of my favorite songs in the game that's about to play. So, Morph Ball. Yep. Allows Samus to curl into a ball and enter narrow spaces. Press the L or tilt L down when crouched to transform, while in Morph Ball form, press B to jump. So yeah, you don't need the Spring Ball this time around. The Spring Ball is kind of built into the Morph Ball, thank God. When standing next to a narrow tunnel near ground level, press B while moving towards the tunnel with L to automatically switch to Morph Ball form and enter. This also works while grabbing on a ledge, leading into a narrow tunnel. Again, another carryover from Samus Returns, but now, as you can see, I can do it with one button, or do it like in Returns, where you can push down twice to do it on the left stick, which is great. Love the fact, again, options. Love options. Just gonna navigate through here. Try not to get hit by that Caterpillar over there. Please go away. Thank you. Fall down. Yeah, get over there. And also, as you can see, when she slides into a long enough tunnel, she'll automatically go into Morph Ball, which I think is awesome, and then uncurl at the end, which I think is just great. Again, just for this smoothing out Samus's movement, which is really nice to see. I think I'm going the wrong way. Yep, I'm going the wrong way. Again. Alright, take that guy out. Oh, let's do this part for a minute. Creepy, isn't it? I know you can probably barely hear it, but oh man, it's good. Hold on, let me turn up the audio, actually. Can I turn up the audio? Yeah, no, not that. Can I just turn up the audio? Like, in-game or something? No, apparently not. Oh yeah, also I believe you can customize your controls. That reminds me, I think you can customize your controls in this one. Which is awesome to see, because that was something that people were complaining a lot about with Returns, was the controls. So you can customize them now. So, that's pretty nice. So, of course, because on the Switch itself, if you know, you can actually customize the controls for it. Also, I love the fact that it shows all the controls there. That it, shows the old Switch, not the new one. That this game was clearly designed for. But, you know. But we'll just ignore that for now. We're going to turn on the audio a little bit again. Yep. More fall through that. Okay. Jeez. Okay, so now you have these elevators, which again, I should preface, they are not new to this game. They are a returning feature of this one. So that is nice. So I think the next save is where I'm going to stop here because this video is going on way too long. I mean, it was an hour in. Jeez. Again, I just forget how long this game's start goes. Trust me, it gets quicker towards the end, but man, the start is slow for this one. Slow, but not too slow, right? It's just slow enough to where, you know, to where you can ease yourself into the game, especially for newcomers, because a lot of newcomers first started with this game. So, because keep in mind, Metroid, despite the fact that yes, it's one of Nintendo's leading franchises alongside like Pokemon, Mario, Zelda, all that sort of stuff. It's kind of the odd kid in the room, right? Then again, Nintendo in general is just what I describe as the odd kid in the room in general. But that's not a bad thing, though. And I think that's what makes Nintendo stick out to me so much. Because they kind of are like the odd kid in the room, right? Because I'm the odd kid in the room, obviously. I mean, look at me. Of course I'm the odd kid in the room. So I guess that's why Nintendo kind of sticks out to me, right? You know? You reap what you sow, birds of a feather flock together, you know? That sort of stuff. So anyway, we're going to get to the next save point because, my god, this video's going on too long. Okay. Can I go? Yes. Okay. Oh. Got the door was there for a second. Go. Okay. Alright, cool. Now I can save my place. Fantastic. I am happy about that. So, with that, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode of Metroid Dread. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please let me know again in our private text messages if you want to see more, because trust me, there's a whole lot more where that came from. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this. Later, Professor, and have a good one.